And now for our feature presentation.
This is great because on the back it actually says this film is also known as
the I'll Watch It Later podcast.
Have you ever heard of that film?
And now, on with the show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to I'll Watch It Later podcast, the podcast where we lie about the movies we've seen to impress our friends. As always, I'm your host, Aaron, joined by my best friend and co-host, Jordan.
Hi, everybody.
And producer, brother-in-law,
That
guy
guy
who doesn't want to see me anymore, Scott. You haven't been
You
over.
just don't even know your availability.
He
anymore.
No. He doesn't
changed
come
your
over.
schedule.
I called you the other night to come over and watch the Cubs game. You were like, eat a bag of dicks.
What was I doing? I was doing something.
I don't know. And
Was that Wednesday night? I was playing softball.
just texting you, like, oh, I'm sitting there watching it, and I was like, oh, Grand Slam. Hey, this is Grand Slam.
I was playing softball. I think it was Wednesday.
And then Monday night, I was like, come over and watch the football game, and you were like, okay. And I'm like, dude, it's already.
Well, by the time you called me off.
Which one? There was two games. You could have been there for one.
You fucking Omaha'd me.
I didn't. I said, don't worry about it. Because
I was like, hey, I can head over a little bit, and you were like, don't worry about it.
Well, only because it was already halftime was already
I'm
over,
sad.
and I didn't. No, I wasn't sad. I made chili dogs, and I was like, "Well, he's just gonna come over and watch me eat chili dogs."
The chili dogs with the unmelted chili.
Yeah,
the unmelted cheese.
Did you melt that cheese? By the way, I know this is not.
It
it's
melted.
Like a visual gag, but
Well, yeah, it melted itself. I had
that looks so undone. I was
had
mad at you.
I had put it together and then took in the picture, and then by the time
like a
I had
cafeteria
gotten
chili dog.
everything ready,
Never chili, bro.
it was all melted and good. So yeah.
Good, we solved that, everybody. Welcome. To the
I had chili dogs.
Congratulations.
If you're just joining us or you're coming over from It's Eric Nagel, this is the show about nothing. No, I'm kidding. It's about movies, but we don't talk about movies the way everybody else talks about movies. It's like we're clerks.
Put it down.
I just,
Put it down.
I don't know what it was.
Put it down.
So
It's not necessary.
We talk
is what
about
it is.
everything. We've
Yeah.
kind of morphed into like we just talk about us,
guy talk
and
movies.
then we can talk about movies,
but mostly movies.
Yeah, we like movies.
And
TV shows, and traffic, and parking, and zippering,
this
energy drinks.
This podcast endorses
zippering.
the zipper.
The zipper.
We are
A lot of people
100%
brought that
behind
up
the
to
zipper.
me, just like in casual conversation lately, and it's just like, okay, so the zipper is alive and well. We just have those outliers.
It's one of those, again, like we said, it's an unspoken rule, and I think it's starting to really take on because we're standing hard on this.
We're not spending 2 shows in a row talking
No,
about
but
this.
it's I think it's a good thing that it gets out there.
And I'm working on some interview stuff. We kind of already talked about it, but even though
for a new
it's
producer,
not movie related, I just think it'll be fun to have them on.
Good luck, man.
So
this is going to be another Creed situation where one person's doing all the talking because I have nothing to say to this dude.
that's
sorry.
fine. That's fine. Well, we'll talk about it when it gets closer or whatever, or if it happens. And then if you like this or if you don't like it, go to iTunes and rate it and tell us what you like or don't like.
There's like 10 ratings on iTunes.
I know.
You know how
10
long it took me to set up 10 different accounts?
There's been 10 for like a year, dude. So.
It's.
But this is the first time he's looked.
A lot of people don't rate. Like I listen to stuff and I don't rate it.
Dude.
I know, but I'm asking
Well,
people to rate it.
That's
I
the thing
know.
is like a lot of
People
times
don't do what you
people
ask
don't download either. Like you stream it.
Like,
I
I'm
don't
like,
download-
I'll give
I
you,
don't download it.
I'll give you a free 500 gift card to iTunes if you go rate us, but no one will still do it. Like it's
Look,
too much for them to hit.
You're like,
We're giving away movies.
Never mind, you're in Canada.
Shut up.
Whatever, man. Tom from Alberta, not him. What's his name? Onobox. He got all the movies.
You got everything.
I haven't heard from him since. He's like, hey guys, I took the movies. I'm out. Fuck your show. I'm gonna post more Garfield cartoons on my Instagram.
He was supposed to reach out to you about something about DC Comics and when Superman's son took over. And I was like,
Wow.
I'm scared. He's DC superfan number 1. Then he gave you the middle fingers.
Yeah.
So I'm not
Superfan
gonna ask
number
you that
1.
question.
Then he was like, hey, your show sucks. You guys talk way too much about Hitler. So
I think he still listens. I think he still likes the posts.
I'm clearly
and stuff.
joking.
Yeah.
Onobox, I love you. I hope you know that we're just busting your balls. That's what we do. That's the kind of radio we grew up on. Don't get mad at me. Don't be Todd Glass and be like, oh, you should really use the word retard. Anyways, so
Because we'll probably use it 50 times before the show's over.
We needed to focus on someone else. We can't bring up my brother. He'll just cry about whatever we talk about.
what do you mean? What do you mean? I blew you off.
I know you're listening to this. Go to Corey Feldman with us. Yeah,
Hey, I know didn't feel bad for 1 second, but when he posted that picture of his vehicle on bricks,
I almost felt bad until I realized what it was.
Fucking laughed out loud, and I wanted to respond to LOL, but I didn't know if his feelings were going to get hurt.
The worst part about it is like I'm sitting there going, God, that's not only a shitty situation, that's in front of my mother's house. Like that's fucked up.
you know you're fucked when it's on bricks.
Just kidding. I'll joke with you guys, but don't you dare joke with me about missing a Corey Feldman concert. Otherwise, I'll get really upset.
Anyways,
enjoy
camping.
Yeah, enjoy camping. Don't buy the $73 tickets.
It's hard to get there.
That's
with
a
no
rip
wheels.
off.
He said that. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I looked on the website, $20.
$18.
Like, where the fuck are you buying these things?
$73 after fees.
No, he found like a third-party site that was charging like $70
For Corey Feldman.
For Corey Feldman. If you just
we overpaid at $24 with the fees. So like they should be giving tickets away.
Dude, I get to interview people on Tuesday. Isn't that crazy? Like me.
Well, good. Get your skills together for this on mic interview you're going to do by yourself.
Hey, man, so if I call you retard at work, how are you going to take that?
Are you going to cry like a little bitch?
You cry like a bitch?
Bro,
I think I'm good.
If I hand you
hired.
a concert calendar for the next year, can you just mark off which days you know I'm going to make you work when I'm off? 'Cause I got a lot of shit to do.
That's so funny.
So many concerts.
Correa always gets mad at me about going to concerts. He's like, why are you taking this time off? I'm like, oh, I'm going to a concert. He's like, how about you spend it with your family? I'm like, yeah, but a concert.
Yeah, but my family will always be there.
He's so worried about
the offspring might break up.
He's so worried about the Vegas thing. If you don't know what's going on in Vegas,
Why is he so
all
worried?
the MGM properties have been hacked, and they are holding it ransom. And it's been like the longest that they've ever held it ransom.
It was 10 days, and I think they've kind of...
No, according to them, they're still getting phone calls that are like, hey, so we are still not back up and running yet, but your reservation is good. So
that was good. As long as we can get in the door.
I was going to say, like...
we won't be able to gamble, or not that you two care, but we won't be able to, like...
He's got her high-fiving. Yes!
Yeah.
Like,
saved by $20.
There's no ATMs or anything like that, so...
Well, you never go ass to mouth.
Dude, that was so fun, dude. The clerk's bit. In the chat
I
yesterday.
thought...
No, that's clerk.
I was wondering if anyone was going to catch it. I knew you would, like, the second I did it, and like, yes, thank you. That's how it felt bad. Because sometimes I'll do a joke, and I think it's funny, and then you go like, what? I'm like, God damn it.
Oh, in the chat?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
every now and then there's a joke that I'll do or something.
I understand the
like,
joke.
oh.
I just do it to not piss you off, but just be like...
That's frustrating.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know you're smarter than this. At least I hope. Like, I'm praying you're a little smarter than this.
Thanks, man. All right, let's get into this week's stuff. Did you watch anything, Scott?
There's nothing out.
I scotted myself this week and didn't watch
There's
shit,
nothing out.
so.
I actually wanted to watch some stuff because I was like, I should probably watch something, at least kind of
That's kind of how I felt,
dip
too.
my toes in the water. But there's nothing out unless you want to watch. And the movies that are out that are online that I can watch, I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch Blue Beetle.
Why not?
It's
It's
like
the greatest DC movie of all time.
Yeah,
according
it's
to
just,
everyone.
there's really nothing out. I mean, there's nothing.
From the man that
nothing
watched,
releasing.
was it Black Adam?
Yeah.
He won't watch Blue Beetle.
No, I only watched that because my wife watched it.
Oh, that's right.
Because she was over here and watched it.
Is she back yet? Make her watch it so you can watch it.
Oh
It
shit!
doesn't have
dude.
the rock in it.
Gran Turismo's out on the
Yeah.
fucking on the illegal
It was a
sites.
cam version though.
Oh, damn.
So I actually put that on the other day, and then when I found out it was a cam version, it was
shaking
it was
shit.
like I was like, okay, I'm gonna get through this, and then immediately I hear people talking, and I'm like, I'm out.
I always remember the scene in Seinfeld where Kramer's doing all the movies, and he's just laughing, and popcorn's flying everywhere.
So
It's like, oh, this is a Kramer.
when I was in Afghanistan, the only way to see new movies was to watch the cam version. They would tell you like, oh, it's DVD quality, and you'd say, oh, is it?
Yeah, it's on a
But
DVD.
It's on a DVD.
But they would let you watch it like on their little crappy Haji TV, and you would see it's a cam.
Hitachi. God, stop.
So like I used to have to like be forced if I wanted to watch new movies. That's how I had to watch them, was on a cam version,
Right.
In the and they would sell it for $1, and then you usually take it back and be like, hey man, this wasn't DVD, and they just swap it out for you. So you could do that a couple times and not pay for anything.
The Haji guys.
Yeah. So I'm over that. Like I can't do it
You
anymore.
turn another DVD, I'll kill you.
I can't.
This movie's the bomb. I'm sorry. No, I didn't say it.
It was kind of like that. No, so I just started not renting, but buying TV shows because they'd have like the entire Doctor Who collection for $4, and I was like, Okay.
Filmed on iPhone.
Why not?
No, it was like all DVD rips. So, but I can't watch cam versions because of that anymore. It's like I'm spoiled.
We've
Even as
grown
low-
up. Yeah, our piracy has gone a little bit more high tech. So,
Yes, even as low as I will stoop,
oh.
it's going to take a lot for me to watch a cam version on TV. I'll just wait.
Or there's ones that are called like TS, it's like transcode or something like that, where it's like it's ripped from the source code, but it's like the colors are off and
Yeah.
it looks way darker, like it was filmed on a camcorder, but it wasn't.
Voices are like deeper.
Yeah. So
Hey guys, it's me.
my favorite ones are the
Sarah.
ones. Hey, how you doing? It's Barbie.
So speaking of Barbie, I finally got Kim to watch Barbie, so I did rewatch Barbie. Of course, she loved it, and even Parker liked it, and like it was fun. I mean, it still is just as good. I know this guy over here, Scott, he fucking hates it, man.
He's waiting for the
But
IMAX version to hit Blu-ray.
Dude,
So he
even
can
my
watch.
daughter, when my daughter watched it, I go, "What did you think?"
Wait,
And she's
wait,
just like,
wait, hold on.
"Eh."
She was like,
hold on. Which daughter? No, just kidding.
my youngest one. She
Joelle?
watched it, yeah. And I go, "What'd you think?" She's like, "I don't know." She's like, "It was okay." She was like, "The story was all over the place."
I think the story wasn't
She
all
is
over
not
the
a
place.
good barometer for anything. Sorry.
I mean, I don't know. She's a girl.
okay,
She's kind of their
well, I
target.
tell you what, the billions of dollars it made.
Doesn't
a
make it
lot.
good.
Yes, it does.
It's got 240,000 reviews.
I mean, that's true. Don't do the review bit.
What do you mean?
I just like when you go to like Letterboxd, you'd be like, these 900 people said it was awesome. I was like, so?
Yeah, big deal.
Fuck them. It's just like, who cares?
No,
Barbie is the antithesis of what you're talking about. It is basically like the Rock version in pink. It is one of those big movies that's just going to sell people to death.
I like The
It's
Rock.
going to make a ton of money, and some people are going to like it. Some people aren't going to like it. I mean, this is one of those movies. I just happen to
Wow.
kind of think,
so deep and intellectual.
it is. It's Skyscraper.
What were you going
I
to say
love
though? I'm
Skyscraper.
sorry.
In Skyscraper in pink.
I know. Oh, the I saw the IMAX version. Some of the scenes leaked, and there's a scene where
Why are you stroking the mic
Ron-
stand?
he can't stop touching things, man.
I have ADD.
He's got literally a giant thing of coffee, a C4 in front of him, his iPhone 15 Pro Max Mega Edition in his hand,
And he's jerking off
and
the
he's
mic
jerking
stand.
off a mic stand next to me while tonguing his microphone. Like, I don't.
Jeez.
So whatever. Who cares? People don't even know
In
this shit,
mid-sentence, you grab that thing and start flipping through it.
What's because I have ADD.
He's like, I got to check into the addresses
I'm not
I
kidding
have.
you. I literally have ADD. I have mental issues.
I'm
the army
buying
pays me
you
for
a fidget spinner.
That's
We
fine.
all knew that.
or one of those little poppets.
Like the
something-
fact that you are still my friend is kind of a big deal because it's like you know
you're not the new shiny thing anymore, so I don't like you.
No. I'm saying like the fact that you can deal with this shit is like fucking. But this is just how I am. Just ignore it. It's what
just
it's
hilarious.
it's how I cope.
Just ignore it when he starts knitting
We'll
during
do
the
that again.
show.
Let me film it so I can put more stuff into the picture.
Oh, but
So many
anyways.
dicks. But no, there was a scene where Ryan Gosling's singing "Boys Just Want to Have Fun," and I'm like, Scott would love this.
Yeah,
Scott would absolutely love this new edition that they're going to put out.
they're putting it back in the IMAX. I didn't know that actually.
I don't know if they're putting it back in the IMAX. I just know a lot of people were saying that there are IMAX scenes that are now
Oh.
leaking online because no one knew that they were going to be in the movie.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, I like that stuff. I find it crazy that Oppenheimer is not going to hit digital till like the end of November.
I know, but I think whenever a movie
He's holding out, man.
it's
Like, good for him.
successful, like they do that shit. But it's like I would love to watch it again, man. Like
Yeah.
even though it's 3 hours long, I could break it into segments. But God, I just want to watch it.
I
again.
love
So-
3-hour movies.
We'll get into that later.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I watched one movie, but I actually watched it this morning. So
Was it the one we were just
yeah,
talking about?
and I don't know why. Maybe it's my old man brain where it's like you're into smoking meat, you're into fucking World War II, and now I'm into college football and baseball.
God.
And
Welcome to fucking dad world.
I love it, dude. Like I watched every college game I could yesterday. I watched like Ole Miss versus Alabama. I was watching.
This guy's going to be
Clemson.
talking about his golf handicap.
My
within a
favorite
year.
bit is Aaron getting online and then calling out college teams like he's been a fucking college fan for
Bro!
fucking 16 years.
What the fuck is LSU
What's with-
doing?
What's
Or-
with Florida State? They're ranked number
They're-
10.
dude,
No,
They're-
I'm
they're
like they're
ranked-
also
Bro, I watched last week too. The
Fuck,
rank
USC's
they were
raping
ranked,
me this week.
They were well. First off, I was betting on the game.
No shit.
Do you know
This is
how
why you
college
like this
football gets ranked?
Yes.
It's not ranked based on how good they are.
Yes, it is.
It's ranked
I
based
looked
on
it up.
the money and like with their
No,
schedules
they're
and all that
ranked
stuff.
based on schedule and how
God,
good
repeat the same sentence.
how
You
good
just-
they play
There's
against.
undefeated teams out there that don't even make the rankings because they're not in like an SEC or they're not.
I
in any
understand
type
all
of
that.
big
I was
conference.
reading all about it last weekend, but what I'm saying is like when you're ranked,
I'm college #1 fan now.
yes. But when you're playing a team like Boston College and you're ranked number 3 in the world or whatever, you shouldn't be. It shouldn't be a 2-point game. I know that for a fact. That's what I was reading. So, yes, correct. I'm right.
College is there's a ton of backdoor.
But dude,
politics,
I was
man.
watching the Washington, and also I like to see the up and coming players because I always find them later. You know what I mean? Even like Patrick Mahomes, which I know you're a super fan 99, but like there's a dude on Washington
3. State
named Ward. He's going to be I guarantee he's going to the NFL in the next 2 years, and I guarantee I'm going to have to draft him in fantasy, and you're going to rage quit fantasy for the and fucking cry and stuff. And
Jordan and I are on the same page in fantasy football.
dude, no, it's bad for everybody this year. Like I literally just got the you have inactives in your lineup, and I don't have anybody to replace it with, and I'm just like, well, I take this guy that got 0
I
points
think I
last
scored
2
like
weeks.
70 points. You up the fucking points in the league, and when
Right,
everybody's
and
scoring
it's-
like 900
it's-
points.
Oh, here we go.
It is
And I'm like-
disheartening as shit.
And I'm like, oh, I hit 70 this week. Cool.
Yeah, I'm watching you and I'm watching my stuff because I know that you have had the same issues over the last couple seasons that we've been doing this, and I'm looking at it, and you're like barely cresting 80 whatever points,
yeah,
and I'm barely
so
touching
frustrating.
100, and my opponent's got 208, and I'm like, I don't, and that was the first night. Like, there's still more games to play, and I'm just like,
And
I don't
every
even know
year,
why I'm
everybody
doing
looks
this.
at mine and they're like, oh, you got a pretty good team there, man. And I'm like, yeah, we'll see.
right. And everybody looks at they give you the rankings after you draft. You're like, whoa, you got a B-. I think you're gonna get, you're gonna hit over 500. I think you're gonna make the
I'll have to
playoffs.
say- You're
And
a
I'm
shoo-in to win the
0
league.
0-2 right now.
I'll have to send you
I'll
that.
be 0-3 today, and then I've got motherfucker to my right here explaining to me how fantasy football works.
Yeah, because clearly, dude, and here's honestly why I said this. Because you're like, I knew, blah, blah, blah. I was like, whatever, dude. Like, I was so, like, annoyed with you yesterday.
Good.
Because,
Look, this guy's questionable. Obviously, he's
Okay,
not
but see,
going to
okay,
play.
no, here's my
No,
problem
no, no,
because
no, no, no,
I've
no,
had
no.
it where it says questionable, didn't practice, and then those motherfuckers start and run up the
Scored 90
score,
points.
and I benched them because of that shit.
Yep.
Or I'll do it and be like, well, okay, I'll keep him in, and then Brandon fucking Ayuk is inactive and doesn't fucking play.
Yeah, and
Fuck
everyone-
fantasy football.
everyone knew he wasn't going to play on
Oh,
Monday.
everybody knew. I'm sorry, I wasn't on the fucking San Francisco newsletter this week.
Well, you should be. He's in your fucking team.
Oh my god!
Any-
It's just I understand how that works. For you to explain it to me
It
was
sounds
so
like
frustrating.
You don't understand.
I'm
how
like,
it
you're
works.
circling shit with your fucking dumb finger. And just like, God damn, I hate you
I love,
right now.
I love watching it. Your rage too, and I was
I
like,
just-
all right. I was like, get mad, dude, because honestly, I
Because
just
you're
want-
like, here, I got a trick. Unknown trick you don't know about. Do you see what it says questionable? Scroll your screen a little bit and watch what happened during practice.
Because I was like, I was so pumped to have Debo Samuel because I knew for a fact Ayuk wasn't playing on Monday. They
But
said
dude,
he
here's the
was
thing.
hurt.
Well, yeah, he was like questionable, practice limited,
Debo
all
can't-
this stuff,
can't just
all
one
this stuff,
fucking touchdown.
all day long, no big deal. And this was Thursday for the Thursday night game.
Practice.
We're-
Usually they'll
Anyway.
Usually
Get
they'll
mad.
mark him as
Get
out.
mad.
Yeah,
If they're out, they'll
or
mark him as
IA
out.
or something.
Yeah.
So last time I checked, it was okay. Still questionable. I don't know if he's going to play or not. And then, God forbid, I have to fucking work. And then Thursday, I started recording almost immediately, and then it starts up out or IA, and I'm like, motherfucker. And then like Zay Jones, like everybody I'm touching hurts themselves.
Yeah, I know, dude. It's
Like I
that's
cannot
not just
wait
you.
till Kamara comes back in
the Midas
and then
touch, bro.
dies on the field
well,
somehow.
I'd say
He's suspended for 4 fucking games, and then
No,
all
it
of a
was-
sudden legs are gonna fall off.
it's 3. He'll be back after this week.
Good, because I need a running back. All of them are dying.
Yes, but
All right.
that's for everyone.
Next
man.
week.
I know,
Next week
but
he'll, like,
everyone
punch a
still
baby
has
or
somehow.
something.
Yeah, everyone is still scoring 250 points
Well,
on me.
I mean, I have Christian McCaffrey. What do you expect?
I don't. Yeah.
My favorite is the projected points. And they're like, hey, you're projected to score like 190 points.
Right.
And you get like 80. And you're like, what the fuck? Where do these projections come from?
Who's making these rules?
Maybe if you guys actually liked football and watched
We
it.
like football. We just don't like.
I love the, like, I gauge my football knowledge by my fantasy team.
Right.
That's exactly what you should be doing.
Fantasy is
okay.
all luck.
No.
It is all
Mr.
luck.
Superfan Football number 5
Yes.
is
Oh,
every
here we
week
go.
buying into whatever pick'em
Yeah.
that Brian Bustles is fucking doing because he's losing losing every week. So
No, I
maybe
lost-
maybe you like football better, buddy.
No.
You even football, bro?
Fucking.
I see your fucking Venmo transactions.
Yeah.
Buying in again, Brian.
You can buy in for the
Here's
first.
more money for you.
You can buy in for the first 3 weeks.
Right.
You're better off
you're
giving
done.
your, be
Okay.
better off giving your money to dead Brian.
He doesn't need my money.
Rest in peace, buddy.
Yeah, rest in peace, you fucking douchebag. Anyways, no, you can buy in for the first 3 weeks. After that, you're out. But no, I thought the Lions would clearly beat Seattle. They should have won that game. There
What?
was a PI call.
You know what you do?
You scroll
Yeah,
up.
you scroll down to the thing where it says who's playing.
No. I did know who was playing.
You scroll up and see Charbonnet ain't gonna do shit. That's why he's on my bench.
Anyways, sorry. I like
No,
football, guys. Like, fuck. That's why we have to do the show at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Gotta hurry up. The first game start in 20 minutes.
Do they? No, 30. We're good.
He's like, got my fill of college yesterday.
Oh, dude,
you
I
realize
love-
how good college football
Dude,
is?
it's
But
so
yeah,
good.
we've known for the last fucking 25
first off,
years.
it's
Wait, what-
faster than regular
Yes.
football. Love that.
What's your new team that you're gonna have a
Yeah.
bunch of gear on?
No,
I want to know what
I've-
hat and jersey you're
I've
gonna be wearing
always
next
liked
week.
We're
this.
going to come over. There's going to be like a Nebraska flag
No,
outside.
No.
Cornhuskers for life.
First off, I've always been
Roll
an
Tide!
LSU fan. Fuck Alabama.
Can you believe USC pulled it off against ASU?
Well, yeah, they're a better team.
Crazy.
I don't know.
But no, I've
You know, Caleb Williams might be the number one pick.
I've always been an
Guy's pretty
LSU
good.
fan
Deion got his shit pushed in this week.
and softly followed LSU. You know, like I knew about Joe Burrow before he joined the NFL, and I've always watched them. I've always
Oh, you mean
watched
the third week
LSU.
benching of Joe Burrow on my
he
team?
hurt his calf, bro. I benched him too. You know who I'm
Fucking hate
playing today? Jordan
mad.
fucking Love. Like,
Yeah, good
and
luck
he's
with that.
yeah, so.
I should probably check my lineup. Now that we're talking about this.
Welcome to the I'll Watch It Later podcast, where we don't watch any more movies. We just watch
Talk about
football.
fantasy. It's fantasy football
It's
season.
football season. This is what you're getting until fucking February.
Let's argue about fantasy football.
I mean, it's better than listening to about cat buttholes, I guess.
Oh,
Shitting everywhere.
I don't want to talk about it.
But
It's got to be a Giddles thing.
it is. I was like, I watched Thursday Night Football, but
I was
put
getting
you guys-
live like commentary from Eric. Oh, good, it's the cat.
Well, what I do
I
now,
was trying not to laugh on camera.
what
I'm
I
like,
do on
fuck.
Thursdays now is I'll put you on my phone and I'll put you to the side and I'll pull up the game. And since it was the Giants in San Francisco, I didn't care that much, so I was mostly listening to you.
Apparently,
But-
I didn't either, Brandon. Ayuk.
but that's like I was looking at you and Eric's faces, and I was like, "This can't be real life right now."
You mean the visible discomfort?
Like, you know what I mean? Like when you have secondhand embarrassment, like you're turning red. So I had to turn it off, dude. Like I was like, "Fuck this," and I just listened to the show the next day because I couldn't do it. I was like secondhand embarrassment. So I was like, "Oh my god."
I even told
And
I told Eric what you had texted to me about you going to hell, and that's what you're gonna have to listen to. And he just laughed at me. He's like, "That's funny."
Well, and I feel bad because I'm like, is this what we sound like every week? That's my first thought. Like, is immediately negative. Like,
No,
is
because
this,
at least when we're yelling at each other about fantasy football, the energy's high. We're bringing
Right.
content and stuff like
Right.
that. I was falling asleep during that story.
I was like, but it wasn't interesting. It almost felt like, okay, what's the next part of the story?
There's gotta be
like
a
I
hook.
got to make this the next
Was
part up.
this the Brian Go story?
I mean,
Rest
well,
in
I
peace,
mean,
Brian.
I still want to listen to that.
It was about Gittles taking his cat
To
to
the
the vet, and he wound
Rolling around
up
in
rolling
shit.
around in shit. But it was told with no energy,
None.
So like it was so boring, and you're just like, what is the? There was never a point. Like the point of the story never happened. They never got to a point, so I had to like turn my phone off because I was so like, oh my god, this is terrible. Oh, but
It's kind of
anyways,
funny
this is the
because he's like telling about it. I'm just like, fuck.
what was that show called? For Big O and Dukes, the show where they talked about the show,
Oh God, I know.
like the War Room or something like
Don't
that.
read that out loud, but look what he said right when he was telling that story. Like he knows.
Wait, I just saw the bottom. Let me see. I like that we're not talking. I'm like,
Right.
I don't know where it says.
Hey, vamp. I
Where
was
it
like,
says,
Eric,
like,
Eric was
Aaron,
texting me with telling the story when I die, go to
Yeah,
hell.
I'll talk
This
about
will
it.
all be allowed to listen to.
So,
What did he say to that?
He was laughing.
so I took my dog to the vet.
Oh.
And,
No, stop.
but okay.
Oh, and all right. So,
Well, okay,
did
what-
you watch anything?
I watched that
Okay, so we both did watch this movie.
Yeah, and it's like I'm so torn whether or not I want him to watch it. Because I don't know if he has Hulu or will pay for Hulu.
No, but you can find it on
I'll
Soap.
find it.
I watched it
but
on Soap.
I love this is one of my favorites too. Like when
Whether or
everybody
not you
they're
will
like,
like it.
is Scott gonna like this movie?
I don't care.
know.
Well, here's the thing.
I don't think you will like it,
Here's the
but
thing.
it's only 90 minutes of your life, so
Okay.
watch it.
So it's 93 minutes long. The protagonist is a woman. Seamstress.
I'm out.
Listen,
She's cool, though.
there's like one line of dialogue in 93 minutes, and everything else is just fucking craziness and
You know what's
action.
crazy is I didn't even realize that.
I didn't think about
I didn't even
it.
think about it when I was watching the movie because there's
For
so
our
much
listening audiences,
going
what movie
on.
are we talking about?
No One Will Save You.
Okay.
It's on Hulu.
Just came out Friday.
I didn't
I
know.
saw that. I saw it on.
They've been like
on there.
heavily pushing it on like if you're on YouTube or something like that, like you're always getting ads for it. So that's how I heard about it. And then Eric started talking about it. I'm like, okay, I'll check it out. And I looked up the trailer and I was like, actually, that looks really cool. So it came out Friday. So I ended up watching Friday night.
Yeah, so I didn't know it was on Hulu. Like I don't get those ads or whatever. Like all my ads are for like concerts and stuff. I'm not even kidding. It's like buy 11 tickets and get your 12th concert for free or whatever on YouTube.
Well, I showed you that thing where Ticketmaster's like, hey, you know that Rob Zombie concert you've been thinking about? I was like, I haven't thought one thought about it, but thanks, Ticketmaster. No, thank you.
based on your previous interest.
But I found it on Soap like right away because I saw a lot of people posting reviews. Like Amir posted a review and a couple
Dude,
of
like
my
Guillermo
other-
del Toro was talking about
yeah.
it. Like,
So I saw it this morning sitting there because I woke up with the little one. He woke up at like 7 o'clock for some reason, and I put it on. And
Dad, you got a show in an hour.
and it's just fucking
Clean the room.
It just moves, dude, and it's actually really good.
Now,
Like,
we're getting into that season, and it's funny. Wife and I went out to dinner last night, and I made that comment.
Oh,
I was
sick
like,
invite.
no. So here's the whole thing, dude. So I had a
Can you
gift
imagine?
card.
It's a
Relax.
romantic
No, so I
dinner.
had to
Aaron's
get-
just sitting
yeah.
off to the side eating his
Just sitting there
breadsticks
in
and
his
soup.
Where'd you
Fucking
go?
high chair. So we were gonna go to Olive Garden because
Yes, I was gonna say,
no,
say
because I had
Olive
a gift card.
I would have fought you.
Because I had a gift card. Apparently, didn't realize it was like fucking the World Homecoming.
I
last
told
night.
you,
Yeah.
we walk
it's
in, they're
homecoming
like, it's
weekend.
gonna be an hour and a half wait,
dude. It always
and I'm
is.
like,
on a Friday night,
what?
absolutely.
No, dude, it was worse. It was just dresses and tuxedos everywhere.
Oh, gotcha.
And I'm like, nah. So we went to frickin' Pita Jungle
Oh, I thought you were going to say
I do
Applebee's.
love Peter.
and still had a
too.
good meal.
Yeah.
But we're
Chicken
sitting there, and
shawarma.
I said, because I
Wrap.
was like, oh, it's like, we could start watching like horror movies and stuff. And she's like, oh, God, I hate this time of year, man. And I go, what?
What?
And I said,
I
dude,
can't
we
wait
could
to
go.
talk to him.
I go, let's find a freaking spirit store right now. I go, we'll just go shopping.
I'll tell you
And-
what. I'll tell you where all of them are, and then
Yeah. So I looked,
15-mile
but there was
radius.
nothing out there. Usually there's one out there in that parking lot.
Queen Creek Marketplace.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing
No, they don't have anything. The nearest
all.
one to us
It was like
is
Power and Ray.
Power and Ray. Yeah, it's over by
Yeah.
that Target.
So she's like, I'm like, what are you talking about, man? I go,
Maybe that's why
scary
she-
movies. I go, you got like the whole like transition to fall. I go,
Bro,
that's
I've
like
been
the best
You
decorating
know
part
how
of the
much
season.
Scott
My
loves
house has been-
transitioning.
Damn it. My house has been decorated with Halloween shit since July 5th.
Since last Halloween. He's like, I haven't taken it
I
down.
don't, there's some stuff I don't take down. It's just good looking shit.
He's like, I just put it right over the Christmas lights.
Yeah, fuck it.
That's why
Pumpkins.
I'm going
Just
to tell
like
Kim
put
this
pumpkins
because
up.
Kim, I think, invited her to go shopping at Spirit, and she blew her off.
No,
so I
no,
was like,
she said that Kim had texted her, but she was like already like driving to the gym or something, and she was like, hey, I got a class that I'm going to.
Can't
so.
do it. I'm in Amsterdam.
But no, that's kind of the same thing, man. I'm like, I want to watch like, but I'm kind of a classic movie guy when it comes to Halloween stuff, man. I want to watch the older stuff. I want to watch things that I know. I'm just like, I don't know. But
Well,
I
I'm gonna
probably
start
will
doing
check
the run.
it out.
I'm gonna start watching because this year Halloween is celebrating its 45th. So like everybody's putting shit out for like 45th anniversary. All the artists that I follow, fucking Rucky Fotten's got a shirt that I'm gonna try to suck a dick for.
already got it.
Fuck you.
Speaking of,
I guarantee you, not one mention of hey, my friend would also like this.
Because you don't like that guy.
I don't care. I don't care. I'll jerk him off for that goddamn fucking shirt.
Yeah,
I
and
don't care.
I thought you were good with waiting till archive.
okay, I'll
so
hook you
my
up.
bad.
I'll hook you. I'll make you a shirt.
I'll ask him.
This guy doesn't
I'll
like me
ask
at all.
him. Relax.
That's my comeback for everything. Even Christmas, she's like, "Oh, we should do that." I'm like, I can make that. I can make that a lot
I
cheaper.
know you can make it. You won't, but all I'm saying is that I'm starting to get into like I want to watch more scary movies and things like that. Like every time I'm looking through like Netflix or something like that, I don't care what's out, what's on. I'm looking like what's the horror movies, what's the old shit I want to watch.
Yeah, the
Like,
old stuff.
I want to watch like all the Nightmare on Elm Streets again. I want to revisit the Blu-ray box set of like Friday the 13th that I've got. That I know there's things I haven't watched yet.
It's hard with kids, but I do try to watch scary movies.
Yeah, I've noticed that too because by the time they're in bed, I'm sitting there going, I'm fucking tired.
Yeah. Plus, I still want to play Starfield, and I still want to fucking watch football. And
There's a lot of Halloween stuff that
Baseball's
you
on.
could watch with your kids, though. I mean, there's like the Halloween towns, and there's like stuff
Fuck
like
that.
that you could put on to kind of give you that ambient mood.
Fuck them kids.
You know, it's like, and then you can watch the other ones later. We used to do that with the girls all the time. I put just like the kid type Halloween movies on that I could tolerate to a point.
Well, and I'm sitting there thinking about it, and I'm like, I remember at my daughter's age, she's 12, seeing some of this stuff already, and then I'm
Oh, yeah.
going, I would never show her any of this, and I'm like, was I fucked up? Like,
Yes, we all
did
were.
I
yeah.
grow up in
Yeah.
a fucked up world? And then I'm like, no,
That's why-
it's the world that's wrong.
That's why
I'm fine.
that's why we're so desensitized to movies, though. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, stuff that comes out now. People are like, "Oh my god, this is
Emotionally
this is
terrifying.
emotionally terrifying." I'm like, "What are you fucking talking about? This is shit I was watching at like 10 years old, man." You know?
Right? Like, oh my god, his eyeball came out. I was like, and
Step on it.
just an eyeball? Fucking
Step on it.
lightweight.
People still talk about how great Talk to Me is, and I'm just like,
Oh.
but the real ones, the people that I know personally who are movie buffs, are like, it's okay, and I'm like, thank you,
I know.
thank you for being honest.
It's because they're not the
sucking
internet.
A24's dick.
There's like a fictitious area of internet that loves everything and thinks you're fucking stupid, and then there's the real people
Yeah.
that are like, nah, it's kind of dumb.
I was
It's all
waiting
right.
for
Real
you to
America.
shit on Midsummer. when we
I
started
let it
talking
go
about it.
because Giddles loves Midsummer. I don't want to
Midsummer's
get into that
trash.
conversation
It
with
is.
him because
Yeah, I know.
he loves that movie, and I know he loves that movie. We've had this conversation. It's the last thing I wanted to do.
You
is
either
just get
love
in.
it or hate it.
I didn't like it.
I
We
know,
all-
no-
the
none of
only
us
time
did.
I saw it is when we all three.
I
went and saw
rewatched it
and
and
I'm sitting
didn't
there going, "This
hate
is
it as
fucking
much
dumb."
as-
I laughed a lot through that movie because it's. I think it's more like
Those old
this-
people fell off the cliff.
Yeah, it's just stupid laughter where you're like,
No, I know because I watched
Fucking
Terrifier
stupid.
2 that way, and I'm just like, this is fucking comical.
Yeah.
and this
but
person's
see, I,
getting ripped
I
apart.
love that about Terrifier though. That's the funny part.
that's
Midsummer's trying to be like serious,
Very serious.
Yeah.
and it just doesn't work. Terrifier is made.
We
for,
saw
for
it and we
old
all
movie
hated
buffs.
it. I watched it again and didn't hate it as much, but I still don't think it's a good movie.
No.
That's my thing.
Just
And
lots
I-
of crying,
Yeah, it's so
lots
much
of crying,
girl drama.
and banging.
We get it. Girls are emotional. Like, we don't need a million movies about it.
Oh, I'm just thinking about the text of you crying during a Blink-182 song, calling women
And?
emotional.
And that's my childhood, bro. Fuck
Okay.
you.
I listened to the song and I was like, oh, okay.
Of course, because you don't have emotions. You said you don't care if you die, so it's
Yeah.
weird. You're a weirdo.
You are a robot.
Yeah.
I can't really gauge that on you. This is like the spectrum of like, no emotion, almost too much emotion. Like I feel like I'm like in the middle where it's like I like the song and I was way into it. I've listened to it 1,000 times. My daughter's into it. She
I
knows all
don't
the
cry
lyrics already.
anymore. I've done nothing but
The
listen.
first 15 times, maybe.
No,
but then I ran out of tears.
No, the
I
first
am dehydrated.
the first time that was it, and then now it's just been on nonstop rotation in my car when I'm not
Right.
listening to you.
It's like, oh, it's such a good song. Anyway,
Anyways, I'm just excited we get to hear it in like a month
I
because we didn't hear it.
pre-ordered the vinyl. Like I'm all in.
Oh,
Like,
nice.
the whole fucking
Maybe
album's
when they
great.
play their 5 songs,
They'll
they're
play
like,
it.
we ain't got time for it.
They'll play it. Did
You want to hear our new song?
You guys want to hear all the Matt Skiba shit? Let's
Pay,
do it.
pay $400 for the world tour.
Oh, I know.
They
We
didn't
already
play-
did that.
Yeah, we didn't. They didn't play it there. The fucking our concert. So, anyways, all right.
I was gonna say, there's really not much more I watched. I watched a lot of TV.
So watch-
Ahsoka.
Yeah, watch. No One Will Save You. It's on Hulu. It's
really
a
good.
space movie with aliens and stuff. It's a horror movie. It'll get you. It'll give you a fix. Give you a nice 90-minute dose of fun.
It's got the
I thought it
stupid-
was fun. I
is
thought it was a
I
fun
think it was
movie.
really good.
Is it like
Yeah.
stupid stop animation, like fucking
A little
Crater City
at
or
first. Asteroid
Asteroid City?
So when you first see the
Crater City's
alien,
a
a
sequel.
little bit, but then it goes away from it.
No, it's,
So.
it's a good movie.
It is.
It's
fun.
good.
You'll like it. I think you will. You'll probably hate it, but I don't care. You should watch it anyway.
I'm kind of into it now, just to see if I'm going to hate it as much.
Yeah, because like I was sitting there and I watched it, and you're right. I don't realize that there was really no dialogue, and then I'm sitting there going, I know you would like this. I
Yeah, I
think
loved
you
it.
would appreciate it.
I can handle no
I'm
dialogue.
I know.
We'll get to that.
I wasn't.
I'm excited to talk about our movie because I think.
Let's just get into it. 'cause
Okay.
That conversation is going to be a 3-hour movie.
All right. So what did we watch today, Scott? Or not today, but what did we watch this week? I'm
A
sorry.
movie that we all should have seen years and years and years ago.
Almost like the premise of the show.
Yes, from 1966, we watched The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
For real. Dude, how many times? How
You know what, though?
4 minutes to wake you up.
It works.
Wow.
It works in that movie.
Hold on.
The repetitiveness of that track,
Yeah,
it works.
So you were bored?
a little bit.
Really? But I think we talked about this earlier, is you don't like Westerns. I think you've decided that you don't like Westerns.
No.
And that's okay.
No.
Yeah,
Like,
no, everybody's got
and,
their thing.
And do you want to get into it now?
Sure.
Okay, so it's not that I don't like Westerns. I think we have burned ourselves on better Westerns, so now everything is judged by... It's
Tombstone?
judged by like Tombstone, Unforgiven, and Once Upon a Time in the West. Like, I really, as much as some of that movie annoyed me,
this
I like that movie more.
Felt like Once Upon a Time in the
But
West.
see, here's the
because same
thing. Like,
director.
I think that I know, but I'm just saying, like, I think because that bar is set so high, why those movies, everything is judged by that, and that's why I have a hard time going backwards and watching some of these older movies and some of these other westerns
that's-
because I feel a lot of them are just
I
almost inferior.
That's
Even if it's the same director,
completely
they're
fair.
inferior to those.
I feel
could-
like this movie had more character
I-
than Once Upon a Time in the West.
What I
you
what
can
I
tell
was
because they would zoom in on their face every 3 seconds.
well that was
I'm aware of it.
Okay. Okay.
I
That's the whole thing.
I
but
studied it. I had time.
my so I agree with what you're saying. Now I know that people fucking are like, this is the movie, guys. Like, this is the movie to
It's up there.
make movies, and it is. I will say I liked it. However, the issues that I have with it are that it is too long.
It's length.
There is
Way too long.
there is parts of that movie that can be easily cut. Like all that fucking Confederate soldier stuff was
The middle.
pointless to me.
Yeah.
But the introduction of fucking Clint Eastwood was
Like if they,
incredible.
if they had made Angel Eyes,
Dude, he was awesome.
like if they had made his character just a bounty hunter instead of like a fucking Northern Civil War like army dude that was hunting people, like you're right, cut out the whole Civil War backdrop in the middle of fucking Santa Fe, New Mexico, like. Get rid of that, and you could have still
I think it was-
had
they
a
were really-
tight movie.
They were really
Right.
trying to make his character more relevant in the situation for the ending.
Right. Dude,
Which
and I was just gonna say,
dude, the end is
ending-
fucking one of the best
I was
endings of
just
any
gonna
fucking
say
movie
that
out
is
there.
the
Mexican
best.
standoff?
That
Dude.
was the best. The last 20 minutes of that film is some of the best film ever.
I agree.
I was like, okay, but it sucks that you have to wait through this entire
and
thing.
it's
to
funny
get to
because
that.
you're
It's a
like- you're like-
three-part movie.
And you're
Yes.
like, I don't know if you're going to like it or not. I think we're on the same page. I think we're just discussing it in a different way. Like when you think
yeah.
maybe I'm hating it. No,
No,
I'm
no.
agreeing
The
with
beginning of
everything.
this, the introduction of the characters is awesome.
Yes.
And you can see the way it's directed, the way it's shot, the way it's filmed. Dude, you can see that this has a Tarantino thing all over it, man.
course.
Tarantino
It's one of his
just
favorite
he
movies.
just he's like, I'm going to do every movie like this, where they come out the ugly boom and they do the still shot.
Yeah.
You know, which I have a whole fucking thing that they portray Tuco as the bad guy in this thing.
No.
Dude, he's
not
90% of the
bad guy.
movie.
He's not the bad guy.
No.
Clint Eastwood is the ultimate fucking bad guy in this fucking movie.
No, he's a grifter.
no, he's
He's the ultimate
so
asshole.
I
Well,
watched.
you mean he's kind of a
so
dick.
I watched a thing because that's what I do. After I finished the movie last night,
Comes
it's
in with a
mostly.
cowboy hat.
I guess it's mostly broken down that so Clint Eastwood's character, Blondie, man with no name, whatever you want to call him, he's the ultimate good. Like he doesn't kill he doesn't really kill anyone in the movie.
Oh,
You know,
except
he
the 3 dudes that walk in the
right,
fucking
right, right,
room.
right. But what I'm saying is,
And-
like,
and at the
And
end.
then
like,
Tuco's in the window. He's like,
he doesn't
hey.
he doesn't kill him though.
No.
He doesn't kill Tuco.
No, he
no,
shoots
no,
the
no,
rope.
no, the other guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh well,
Angel
he
Eyes?
didn't have a choice. But what
Yeah.
I'm saying is, like, he ultimately he doesn't like thrive on violence and
But
death
not
and
that
stuff
way.
like
It's
that.
through the things that he does.
I don't think he's the bad guy. I think Angel Eyes is the ultimate bad guy,
Well, no
and I
shit,
think
yeah.
Tuco is the
He's
you know,
chaotic.
Yeah,
He's just chaos.
and that's why he's the ugly. Or
He's the
whatever.
Robin.
Dude, I don't know, man. I love Tuco in this. I thought
I
he was
fun-
fucking
he was fun.
awesome.
Yeah.
The whole
like when he sees his brother in the monastery, he's like, "Hey, what's up, brother?" And the guy's
Like,
like,
"We don't
"Fuck
talk to you."
Parents are dead, you asshole." He's like, "Oh, my bad." 9 years, It's like,
And then I like the whole scene where he takes Clint Eastwood and like drags him through the desert, doesn't give him any water or whatever.
shoots his water bottle, and he's just a complete asshole until he realizes he needs something. He's like, "Hey, you're my best friend. Let's do this.
Yeah,
Let's go."
it's one of those things where they don't want each other, but they need each
Correct.
other
Yes.
to do what they're doing.
Yes.
So they just keep holding everybody around for the length of this fucking movie.
Like
Right.
everyone's hostages to their fucking machinations.
Yes. Yes.
Like it's just crazy.
Yeah, but the just the introduction of the characters at the beginning, and then I agree, the whole middle part of this movie is almost unnecessary.
Dude, it's like another movie.
But it kind of like it does lend itself to the movie, but I think that it could have been really shortened up. But again, that's those movies back then. It's like
Leone just loves him.
They
some
they
Leone,
love
man.
the
I
length
think he
of
was
these
like,
movies.
I need this to be.
I
this
don't
long.
understand that though. Well, maybe it's because he was ending the trilogy, or like that was his last Western that he made it so long. But like you said, with Fistful of Dollars or whatever, it was like an hour and a half.
Yeah, well,
They're
apparently
saying that this is a prequel.
That's what I was just going to say. According to everything, this is a prequel to those two films.
Which is weird because it's the third and the last.
Because they say that the whole premise of this prequel is because the poncho at the end he already had in the other two, and then he gets it at the end of this movie for the final showdown, which leads him into the other two movies.
Which
is
I
it's a
get.
weird concept.
Which
but
I guess at the time it's a weird concept. People do that shit with these fucking movies nowadays all the time. So
Yeah.
like, okay, but I don't think in the '60s that was a concept that, and which is probably why this movie originally was panned. Like no one liked it.
Really?
People gave it shit.
it
didn't
wasn't
make a
even in
ton
the
of
top
money.
earners of the 1966 box office.
No, and now it's like one of the. You can put it in AFI's top 100, and it'll be probably within the first 40
Matter
or
of
50.
fact, what was the earner that
Yeah,
year?
what was it? But
Star Wars.
No, 78, you asshole. No, for me, it was one of those 77. What am I doing?
Yeah, I was just gonna. I was gonna
Superfan
correct
number
you,
one.
but I was like,
Oh, I know. It came in my head. You're right. I feel like it was too long.
It was way too long.
There was stuff that could have been cut out.
Thunderball,
really?
I like Thunderball.
I've never
The
seen
Sound of Music,
I've never
Dr.
seen-
Zhivago.
You would like that one. It has Nazis in it.
I do love Nazis.
Did not see that coming.
So do you like sympathize with the Nazis in this, or?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
But it's so hard for me on this movie because like there were just parts where like you said the whole middle just felt like a drag. So I'm just sitting like, okay, like I'm gonna look at my phone. I'm gonna look stuff up. Like I feel like
That's the downfall of this movie.
and
is
it's
the
one of
length.
those things where because it's so beloved and everyone can't stop jerking this movie off. I'm starting to like what you do, where I'm starting to doubt whether or not I'm just too stupid, and I'm like, what am I not getting? And then the end happens, and I was like,
There's
okay, I
great
get it.
shots at the beginning when he's standing in the doorway of the silhouette
Yeah,
before he walks into that house
Yeah.
and then sits down and has dinner with the guy and then basically shoots his fucking family.
With the,
I mean, that
Fucking
scene is
angelized
Also, what are
Damn.
they eating?
like a
soup?
porridge.
It was like, yeah, but it had like pepperoncinis in it. I was like, that kind of looks good.
some
They
kind
just
of
sit there and stare at each other.
Southwestern-
But like that scene where it's like that long hallway and you can see him
Yeah.
silhouetted in the
Yeah.
door and he looks giant because the door is so small.
right?
I mean, dude, those are great scenes and the way they're shot. Like I said, the beginning, like what, 30, 45 minutes of this movie,
There's-
fantastic.
There's no
The
dialogue
middle-
for the first like 10 minutes.
Yeah, the middle,
Yeah.
I can almost do without.
Do without.
And then the end of this movie is just fucking balls out, man.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, it's like
when
it's
they
just-
get to the Metallica scene, as I call it, I was like, okay, here we go. I finally get
But
to
even
figure out
before
what
that,
happens.
it's kind of a good lead up
Yeah,
to that
yeah,
whole
yeah,
scene
yeah.
before
But
the ecstasy of gold.
Right.
And it's like, you know,
Well, there's
I mean,
even little bits of ecstasy of gold within the movie, so it's like you think it's gonna start. You're like, oh, here it is.
Yeah.
that one song. Oh, it's not it. Ah! It's like, God damn it! Gotta turn down my
it was
surround
jarring.
sound. Because it's so quiet. And there's like this, and then he's like, ah! I'm like, ah! It's like this podcast right now. But like, it just happens, and it's like, okay. And then you realize there's more about the soundtrack that you remember from other things, or just
yeah.
hearing as you're growing up than you realize. And I'm just like,
it's the quintessential Western.
it really is.
They play it again. They're the intro to Fistful of Dollars because, like I said, I accidentally clicked on that first.
I actually, so this one I was like, I'm too lazy to go searching around for it. I'm too lazy to do this. So I spent the $3 and rented it. So I'm on Amazon and I clicked the button, and then I did the thing where it's like, I clicked it, purchase, yes. And then I'm like, is this the right one? So I actually went back to the end of our last show just to make sure. I'm like, oh, I'm going to start a 3-hour movie and it's going to be the wrong movie. I'm going to be so mad at you.
That son of a bitch.
Son of a...
Well, it's funny because did you go on Prime?
Yeah.
Free 7-day trial to Cinemax free.
I don't care.
I own the movie. And I still
This is why Aaron cancels his debit card every other month.
no, I remember
Free
these
trials.
things.
That's all his free trials.
But yeah, I just like I said, I'm judging this by things that I've seen.
Right.
And it sucks that I have to do that because I wish I could just blank out anything else and just appreciate this for what it is. It is a good movie. It's a long movie. There are parts where it's very...
The story's really good.
I think the story is pretty good. And it's weird to think that I grew up always assuming that this was a Clint Eastwood movie. It is not.
No.
This is a Tuco movie. This is all about Tuco. And it's like 90-minute, 99% of it is just what Tuco's doing. How is he, dealing with, being hunted and, getting the grifters at the beginning where he's getting shot off the noose and they're collecting bounties and it's like, hey, and then he double crosses him. It's like Clint Eastwood's a dick. He just fucking left
Such
him.
a dick.
And then, you understand why Tuco went after him and then drug him through the desert. You get why. You don't think he's supposed to be the bad guy. You're supposed to be...
Well, he needs him. He needs them. That's the
does,
part.
and
Is like
then when he
their
comes
little
up
their little scheme.
Yeah.
There has to be two of them.
Right.
You can't do it alone.
Well, and I think that's probably the other part of it is that I think Tuco was so used to doing everything on his own. He's such this kind of a dick that when he finally found that partnership and then it dissolved, I think he took that very personally. It wasn't even much of a well, I guess can't do this anymore. It was, this motherfucker abandoned me. I have to go after him. And then I have to make him suffer like I feel like I'm suffering. So he drags him through the desert and was ready just to kill this man. And then he got that piece of information. He's like, well, fuck, you're my best friend. Let's be friends. Let's do this. I'm going to nurse you back to health. I need to know what grave this is in. And so, it's constant shifting of balance, and it's a fun way to tell the story. I think the second they get to, like you said, the Civil War Army shit, and Angel Eyes fucks up with Tuco, tortures him a bit, and then he sends him off on the train, and then now it becomes Clint Eastwood and Angel Eyes story, and I'm like, okay.
Not as good.
Oh, come on.
There had to be another person to kind of come in to throw that off, because it can't just be about him and Tuco
right.
wanting all this money. There had to be another reason for them to kind of need each other but not need each other. You know what I mean? Which I think set up for the fucking banger of the ending with the three-man face-off.
When he does that backwards walk, I was just like, oh my god.
And it's funny because he's like, I'm gonna write the name on the rock. I'm gonna put it here, and then I'm gonna back up, and then there's no name on the rock. Because it's like it's just that badass character of I don't.
There's
need
no
to write
name.
a fucking
It
name.
says unknown, and there's no name on the rock. I was like, oh, you're fucking awesome. And the reason he's a good guy, even though he's a dick, is because he does shoot him off the fucking noose at the end.
He kind of tortures him a little bit,
right?
Which I was like, because that whole scene, I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna fuck him over.
Die.
Like he's gonna let him die. He's gonna let him hang on this tree by the grave of the unknown.
Fucking gold below him.
And he gives him his portion.
Yeah.
And he's like, no,
Yeah,
you're
right,
going to get
his
your portion.
So what's crazy is if you think about movies that are similar, it's like, you ever seen the movie Payday with Mel Gibson?
Yes.
Reminds me a lot of this. You know what I mean?
think there's a lot of
I'm sure
movies
there's
and
a lot
characters
that
out
borrow,
there that borrow from it.
And I'm sure there is. I just, it's I really liked it. I just thought the middle was fucking pointless, and I thought it was way too long. And for that, it's not getting a 5. But I'm just saying, would I watch it again? Sure, but maybe in parts, not the whole thing.
It got me interested to watch the other two movies, for sure.
Same, especially that they're not 3 hours long.
Yeah, I think combined.
So,
they're 3
and I
hours.
was actually reading some stuff online that the other two movies, they're saying a lot of people are like, oh yes, The Good, Bad, and the Ugly is very good, but it doesn't even really encapsulate what Clint Eastwood is in the film. And the other two movies, he's apparently a super brain where he's getting two factions to war each other in order for him to prosper.
He definitely takes a huge back seat in this movie.
Yeah.
And I think that's what was the big, for me, the disservice, because I went in thinking this is a Clint Eastwood movie.
Yeah.
Everyone loves this movie. It's Clint Eastwood, and it's not. It's too.
Well, I think from
With
what
Clint Eastwood in
I understand is that the reasoning behind that is because he was demanding a ton of money.
$250,000.
Yeah, for this movie, and I guess he was a holdout for quite a while. So they had to kind of rewrite the story around the fact that they were filming this. And there's a documentary that I started to watch. I didn't finish it. It's called Sad Hill Unearthed.
Oh, that was
It's
the
about people
cemetery.
finding the cemetery, and they're reestablishing the cemetery. And it's still in this just barren area. And when so the parts that I was watching of this, as they
Where's it at?
It's on Netflix.
No. Where's the cemetery?
Oh, it's Spain.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
They filmed in Spain and then parts of Germany. I think.
So they go over this hill, and these guys are like, "Oh my God, look, we can see it." I look out there, and it's like just this big open field.
Right.
But then as they start zooming in, you can see the big circle of rocks.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh my God, we found it!" And it was like their greatest
kinda cool.
moment of achievement is finding this freaking graveyard.
It's like when we watched Once Upon a Time in the West. We were all gung ho about going up to the fucking four
I still
corners
want to
area.
do that.
I'm all for it.
we
Let's.
just,
I mean,
we have
I'll
to
do
plan
it.
something. I think I have to take my kids. Just kidding.
"Hey Kim, I want to go on a family vacation.
Yeah,
Let's go to Four
Scott and
Corners."
Jordan are coming.
Yeah, let's go to Four Corners.
We just show up. We're like, hey guys,
what are you guys doing here?
I just punched my mic.
small
Sorry.
world. I think the other thing that throws me off that I'm starting to really not enjoy, and I think a lot of people of the time didn't enjoy, is the spaghetti western. I like a good western. Spaghetti western throws me off because I'm watching their mouths move and the dialogue doesn't
Oh, I
match,
know.
and it
Dude,
just frustrates
Watch
me
the
so
documentary.
much.
I'm not going to say anything. Just watch the documentary. That you say that, it's going to be so hilarious.
I just
Same thing.
and I understand the reasoning for it. I get it. Sometimes it just takes me out of it because I'm not a person who likes watching dubbed movies.
See, I kind of like that because I came from the old kung fu style,
Right,
Where
that's
it was
fine.
like a lot of it was dubbed over,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
found that funny, and it was almost
Yeah,
like
but see,
humorous.
This shouldn't be funny. Like this is not where the funny.
But this movie actually is kind of funny, man. There is a
There's some
humor
comedy to it.
There is a whole humor behind it because Tuco is not a serious character, and everything I kind
he's
of
very-
thought about him was that he was going to be like this just evil bad guy, but he's almost like a comedy relief.
He's a con man.
he is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just the whole, this it's supposed to be a Mexican village, and this clearly painted up Italian man comes walking out. I'm like, oh god,
Confederate
I
soldier.
get it. Yeah, all the Confederate soldiers. None of them speak English.
They're all Spaniards.
They're all Spaniards.
Uh,
So
So what did we give it?
I again, like I said, I think we can rehash the same talking points. Again, I think this is great. The first part of this movie, fantastic. Middle, kind of a downer. The ending, like you said, probably one of the best scenes that I've seen in any fucking movie.
Right. It was so good. I
And
literally got a boner. Like,
the problem with this movie is its length and that middle part of it, and therefore it's going to give me that detraction of points.
Yes.
I'm still going to give this movie a 4 because
Wow.
that fucking end scene.
yeah,
I could
know.
watch that scene over and over again when he's looking for the grave.
Yeah.
I mean, the showdown, just the
You
whole.
will,
fact
because
that
we're
he
going to go
told-
see Metallica 8 more times.
yeah.
So, go
Yeah,
ahead.
James Hetfield's actually in the documentary that I watched.
Of course he is.
That's
Yes.
awesome. Well, it's like I love how he's like, okay, I'll tell you the name just in case, because in case we split up or something happens, so you get the name, I get the name, and he tells him the wrong name. I'm like, you fucking asshole.
Arch Stanton.
Arch Stanton. And it's like right next to it. It's like he was right there the whole time, you fucker. Anyway, go ahead.
There were so many just good moments in this.
There
Even
are.
though like I said, watching this for the first time, I can imagine how people felt back then watching it and seeing all these little twists kind of pop out. You're like, oh, he did it again.
M. Night Shyamalan watched it, was like, this could be my whole entire existence.
Yep. The twist. Come on, baby.
What a twist.
Right.
All right, so I'm going to go with I'm going a little lower than you, 3.5, and not because I don't agree with you, but just because that runtime, man. People sit there and say, "Oh, I love the good, bad, and the ugly. I watch it a million times." No, you didn't. No, you didn't. There's no way. There's no way you're watching a 3-hour movie over and over and over and over again, and you're not going to make yourself fucking lunch during that middle section.
That's the bathroom
Between
break.
the first minute
middle hour?
and the hour and it's about an hour and a half because I checked the time and I was like, "Oh my god." Once hour and a half goes away, what leads to 2 hours and 54 minutes or like the last 20 minutes, all that shit can be cut out. It's too much. You don't need it. And Sergio Leone or whatever the fuck his name is, relax, guy. I mean, I know you're dead, but just relax. Like, dude,
Oh, he's relaxed.
we get it. Like, you don't
Why don't you
need
just
jerk.
lay down for a while?
He jerked himself off for an hour and a half, and it's just like this is so boring. But so that's I'm gonna go 3.5. Would I watch it again? Sure. Would I go see it at the New Bev? Absolutely. Maybe one more time. Otherwise, I would just watch.
Get up to go to the bathroom.
I would
get popcorn during the middle.
I would.
Hot dog.
I would.
Go
Yeah,
sit
you
there.
don't need
Go
you don't
sit
need
in
to
the
sit there.
Bathroom closet, take a shit.
Keep it
So many
running.
shits.
Keep it running. Go get your
Yeah.
snacks and stuff during the middle
I'd
of this
go have
movie.
lunch or something.
Get
and
back
come
for the ending and just
Yeah.
cheer.
You're seeing it at Harkins, you leave, go fucking compete a jungle, and then come back. You're like,
Yeah, this is the scene.
this is the one scene.
All the rookies are like, Oh, fuck, that was a great idea, man. Should have done that.
But it's and I don't want to take away from anything. I don't believe you when you say that you've watched this movie 100 times. I think you've cut out. I think you go and you do something during that once they join the Confederate ranks and that you meet the general and all that Angel Eyes stuff. But the other parts of this movie are so fucking good, and I can see so many other movies in that first beginning part and the end part, and it's awesome. But so 3.5 for me.
I'm gonna agree, and I'm gonna agree with pretty much everything you said. I mean, everything about this movie. There's glimmers of amazing awesomeness that you're right. I see in everything else that I've ever watched in my life. The problem is, like I said, I hold other things so high in regard that it's hard to clear that crest. Like there's just so much better for me, and I think it's because when I was born, like I didn't grow up watching these movies. I found them later, and I've already watched things that I enjoy way more. So I think 3.5 is good. I would rewatch it, probably not anytime soon.
Right.
I think knowing that I've watched it and I know more about it, I think going back and revisiting this like a year later, I'll have a better appreciation for it.
So you hear that? In 1 year, we will be rewatching this film. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm just gonna post this show, but I think it's a good movie. It really is, and I know we're not breaking new ground saying that. Everyone fucking loves this movie, but for someone
you heard it
who
here
has,
first.
you heard it here first.
If you haven't ever seen
Little
it,
indie
and
flick
you-
called A Good, Bad, and the Ugly.
and you ever were on the fence or whatever, not even on the fence, or just like, I wonder what it's like really like watching that. I think this is a good barometer. Like, you're really going to love that first part. You're really going to love the first hour and a half, everything. It doesn't feel like a movie that was made in the 60s. But once you get past that hour and a half, it does. It
2/3 of the good
Yeah.
outweigh the ugly in the middle.
Yeah, it really does.
And
So,
it's
and
not
then,
bad.
and it's worth, I mean, even if you're like, I'll refuse to watch this movie, go on YouTube and
Watch
just
the end.
Google the last
The
20
ending.
minutes
I
of the
might
film.
actually just go watch that today.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
go watch the ending because, dude, I got goosebumps, man.
Yeah, it
like
was
the hair
cool.
stood up on my
Dude,
arms.
it was fucking cool.
I was just
It was
like,
so
I was like,
cool.
God, there's not many scenes that do that for
and
me.
I was going to put it in the chat. I actually had it all typed out. I was like, the last 20 minutes of this movie is fucking insane. But I was like,
just
I'll
for
wait till we
that,
talk about it, 'cause
just for that alone, that carries my
honestly,
score, man.
I thought you were going to hate it. So I was like, I'm not going to say anything because I'm so hyped and I don't want him to ruin it for me.
Well, and again, because like when we watched Once Upon a Time in the West, I had the same issues where it was like there was lulls, there was,
It was
Yeah.
that was
things
it's,
that took
it's
forever. There was things
I
that
prefer this over Once Upon a Time in the West.
I don't.
I do
Like,
for the
and I didn't
for the
think I would say
story.
that
Yes,
because
I think the story is better. I think Once Upon a Time in the West is a visually stunning movie.
Yes.
because of like the shots, and
Close-ups?
things. Yeah, all the close-ups on the faces and the flies.
Hey,
And-
it happened in this one too.
I
Like
know,
at
I
one
know.
point, I was so bored in the middle, I kept counting flies.
Well, you know,
Every time,
directed
like
by the
Angel
same
Eyes,
person.
there's a fly right there, or there. Like, stop filming in Spain. There's a fly problem.
They use
Move
the
on.
jelly to attract the fly.
Yeah, apparently so.
But yeah, I think this is up there for westerns for me. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think it's the greatest. Again, I'm weird. I still think Tombstone is one of the greatest westerns
I
ever
love
made.
Tombstone, yeah.
I think the story is great.
I don't think there's a person alive.
that
You hear
hasn't
me?
seen
I don't think there's a
Tombstone.
person
Yeah.
alive
If you haven't seen Tombstone, you're an
that
idiot.
hasn't seen Tombstone.
You're an idiot.
Oh, your brother.
You big idiot.
Kill
You
yourself.
big dummy.
No, we can't say that. He gets really upset. He gets really upset when we say that. Just kidding. Please don't leave the chat.
He'll never stop traffic for you again.
I know. I love that.
Thanks, you big road cunt.
Yeah. So, anyways, all right. So next week it clearly
what time
is
it is.
motherfucking snack show. The snackiest of snack shows. We got a lot.
I think what's good is that we took this time off, and it lined us perfectly for a whole month of October shit.
Yeah,
Because
same.
next week we're gonna hit a snack show, and it's still. I think it's still gonna be.
October 1st.
It's
Isn't it?
just October 1st.
Yeah.
Okay, so it just gets us right there, and then fucking horror movies.
Yeah, we plan that.
Yes.
Totally plan that.
Yeah, I did it.
So,
Totally meant
but
to do that.
moving in, we always do double features for Halloween because we like them, and hopefully
Yeah,
you
tough
follow
shit.
along. So what we're doing we're switching it up a little bit this month, and what we're going to do is we're going to pick two movies again, but this time it's going to be a movie that none of us have seen or whatever, and then a movie that we've all seen, and we're just revisiting. And I have what I think is a banger of a film. So let's just get into it. I am going to pick I know, I'm sorry.
Oh, do you got to cut out a football?
No, it's not that. I'm saying I'm still going with like one of my first choices. And it is
fine.
Yeah, I know it's fine.
I'll suffer.
I just gotta look it up.
Don't worry
I wasn't ready.
about me.
Where is it?
I'm
There
badly
it
burned,
is.
but I'm fine.
Okay, so it's not going to be the American version. I know you guys are going to see the 2006 version. It's not that
That's
version.
what I'm gonna watch anyways.
And yeah,
Watch both.
that one girl's in it.
Oh, her.
It's 2001, directed by Kiyoshi Kurosawa, and it's called Pulse.
Different from the one you told me earlier.
Well, there was another one.
Okay.
Cure, but I'm not exactly sure if that's like more of a drama than a horror. I know this is straight horror. Two groups of people discover evidence that suggests spirits may be trying to invade the human world through the internet. So, yeah, whatever.
Like scanners.
Sure, not even close.
Ringu.
And then my second one that I'm not sure you've seen. I think you have seen this, but
Let's see.
it's my favorite horror movie of all time. But I have not watched this in maybe 7 or 8 years, so it's time for a revisit for myself. I hope you guys love it as much as I did the first time watching it. It's only an hour and 37 minutes long, so in and out. It's also from 2001. Hold on a second. No, I wanted to tell you who it's starring, but David Crusoe is in this.
Robinson Crusoe.
David Crusoe from that one movie. I thought what's his face was in this, but he's not. Anyways, 2001, Session 9.
And I gotta get construction crews in here by Columbus Day, so you got a guesstimate how long?
I've got 4 really good guys. 1 week, we're gone.
That's fast.
I need the job.
So the loonies are outside in the real world, and here we are with the keys to the loony bin, boys.
You might actually want to be grateful, and you're about to make some decent money.
What's the catch?
Patricia Willard scandal, 1984.
I want you to try to remember what happened 24 years ago.
Use your imagination.
These shrinks figured that with these new techniques they designed, they could release hidden memories.
You can hear me.
You okay?
I want to go home. I wouldn't tell anybody about this. If they find out about Hank, they're gonna find out about the others.
Quit of the others.
I want to come home. I am so sorry.
I fucking love Session.
I know, me
I'm
too.
excited to rewatch it.
I haven't seen
watched
it in
in
a
years.
long time. Have you ever seen it?
Nope.
Okay, cool. That makes me happy because you've never seen it, and it's been a long time since I've seen Session 9. But I found Session 9 when I was working at Hollywood Video. No one knew anything about it. I took it home and watched it. I was like,
I know
"This
about
movie is fucking insane." I love this movie, and then I found out that the internet collectively loves this film, and they actually put out a really good, nice box set from.
Is it Arrow?
No,
Is it Arrow? No.
no, it's from overseas. I just can't think of the name. I'll get to it next time we're on mic. I just can't think of the name.
Right there next to the Guess and After Dark.
Samsonite.
Samsonite. That was way off. Second Sight. Second Sight.
Oh,
did it.
okay.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
It's still available. I might want to grab that.
Yeah, it is. It is still available through Orbit DVD.
Hey, Orbit. Send my fucking Hellraiser box.
Well, it's not out yet.
I don't care. I really want to watch it.
But yeah, so Session 9 and Pulse.
All right.
At least one of them is in English, so
thank God.
But it's not Session 9. Ha! Twist ending. Anyway.
I think Pulse is also like an hour. Like it's not.
I think good horror movies are just like 90 minutes. Like,
oh yeah,
you got to get in, you get out, and you're done. Like anything like these A24 2.5 hour like fucking slow burn horror movies.
Screw off with that.
Kick rocks. Like 90 minutes.
Kick fucking rocks.
All the rocks. When you kick it over, it'll say unknown. Ah! I'm gonna do that from now on.
I think
Just
I can hear
randomly.
Parker like fucking doing it out there.
I'm gonna record Parker doing it.
Ah. Anyways, all right. So next week's snack show, then horror movies. We start the horror-thon. As always, please leave us a review. Jordan will post something on social media in 4 days, and then you'll be like, "Oh, I forgot that show existed." But he'll post about Eric Nagel every 2 seconds. So that's just the world we live in, guys. It's okay.
You know that Eric's doing the work. I'm just hitting repost or add it to the thing. Like,
I know. But you don't even do that on ours. Anyways.
That's our.
So when I post about it, this guy over here will say something about our own show.
Those are our genuine quirks of the show.
I just giving you shit. Kirsten Bell is in the American remake. Fuck her. She sucks at everything, and it got 11% on Rotten Tomatoes. The remake of Pulse, not the actual movie.
She should go sleep in an
hour and 25 minutes.
We do tend to make these fucking good Japanese horror movies into American versions, and I think The Ring was one of the few exceptions, and I think The Grudge was pretty.
The first
good.
Grudge.
The first Grudge.
Yeah.
After that, it was just like fucking stop doing this. Like One Missed Call was fucking terrible. There was one called The Eye that I think Jessica Alba remade. That was originally like a Taiwanese movie or something like that. That was way better.
And I know they're doing an American version of Parasite, and I know they're going to fuck it up, and I'm just sad.
It's because they know that most people aren't going to find these movies, and they're going to think that this is just something.
No, I think America is just like, oh, that's a good movie. Let's fuck it up.
No one wants to read anything.
Right.
Parasite was different though, because that was kind of really pushed at a high level.
That was a mainstream movie. That was
a
Oscars.
high level.
People know about Parasite. To remake that now is a joke. Like remaking Old Boy, I get it. They did it wrong. It's terrible.
Oh my God, it's so bad.
But I get it.
Yeah.
But fuck you guys.
They should try again. No. Because I think if you just
if at first you don't succeed,
if you copy and paste the actual Korean version, I think you could probably do it fine. But
it's one of my favorite movies.
It's so good. It's the first one's so the original Korean version's so good. Like if you just did exactly same dialogue, everything, like the overacting at the end where he's like, "I'm a dog, I'll lick your shoes," blah blah blah, all that good stuff. I think you find 2 good actors and fucking do it, and I think you'd be all right. But oh well,
fuck you, America.
Yeah, America, you suck. Fucking, why did I fight?
You know what? I'm gonna stop remembering 9/11.
Yeah.
How's that?
Make America great again.
Oh, fucking hell.
It's so funny because Jordan's so left, he would never say anything like that. Anyways.
Say it, Jordan. Come on. Make
America grape again.
Oh, almost.
He said grape. All right. I'm Aaron.
I'm Jordan.
And Scott.
Big gulps, huh? Well, see you later.
Ah!